Hello and welcome back to another Verve Learning video. In this one, we're going to be talking about weekly fees and making a demo booking with them. So you might remember the deal points from the Distilling Lit Deal Points video. Well, now we're going to take those deal points and go ahead and make a fake booking with them. Alrighty, and here we are back on the old desktop. We're ready to make that booking. We got all the info we need here. We got the deal points on the left. We got the attachment on that email right there, and we got IE open right here. So let's just jump right into it. We're going to go ahead and click bookings and pull it up here. Make it nice and big so we can see it. And we're going to click new client name. This is Sarah Thompson. There you go. It already recognizes it. Project name, Yellow Jackets. Wait a minute. If it's not coming up, take out that space because it probably exists. Yep, there it is. Okay, this is a TV project. So we're going to select TV right there. Once again, always put your boss, never put your boss assist. But for this, we're going to use mailroom because this is just a demo. Alrighty, so we will click OK right there and we're going to get a new booking. There it is. And we can just start going for it. First things first, I'm going to throw the buyer in there. So if we want to find out the buyer, just open this bad boy up. We can look on here and check it out. We're seeing it's between Yellow Jacket Productions and Erda Productions. Erda's the loan out for Sarah Thompson. Looks like we're not getting a solid indication here, so have no fear. Let's check out the project section and maybe that'll give us more answers. So I'm just going to open this up here. There we go. All right. Studio is E1. That is the buyer. And Sarah Thompson is the co-executive producer there, just so we know we're looking at the right one. Cool. So now that we know that, we have our buyer. So we can pop them in right there. E1. There we go. Double click on that. Perfect. All right. Moving down here. Pilot series. That's good. We'll just do TV non-package. And then for compensation, we'll set that up for later when we do the deal points. Position, she is the co-executive producer, co-EP, so we'll put that in there. Splits, we're looking at a lawyer. So let's just go ahead and check out our address just to make sure that lines up. Go to contacts. Yep, we got an attorney, no manager, and it's Zifrin Brittenham. So we're good to go there. I'm gonna shrink that. And moving on, type scripted TV series, that looks good. Episode 102, that is not correct. This should be season 1. So if you're making a booking for a specific season, the episode needs to be that season. But if it's for a specific episode, like they get credited on an episode and get paid for it, then it would be episode 102, 103, whatever. So now we need to change it to season 1. Now, season 1 already exists because this booking has already been made before because this is a pre-existing thing. But if it didn't exist and you needed to have multiple different episodes for different bookings, you need to duplicate the BD date. So let me just demonstrate that real quick. So I'll go in here, duplicate BD date. Yes. And you'll get a new one that's blank here. And then you can enter the episode name. I just write in season 2 just to have an example, even though season 2 doesn't exist yet. And then go here and you have to reselect that BD date just to make sure it locks in place. It's a weird little glitch. I don't know why it does it, but anyway, that's how it works. All right, so now we'll change it back to season 1 and you'll see it changes the BD date to match the one that already exists. Alrighty, moving on. You can see we are on to Union. She's in the DGA, so we can keep that. Everything else looks good here. Let's go over to invoice. So the invoice contact is this person who has a great name, Blossom Lefcourt. So I'll put that in there. Again, you get this information. It's usually the person that they negotiated with, business affairs at the company. So your agent was probably talking to Blossom Lefcourt, and that's where you got the, they closed on the deal. And then that led to the deal points down the line with the agreement. But anyway, that's Blossom Lefcourt. We'll put them in there, and then we'll also link them down here. Remember, don't copy and paste. You gotta actually use it to auto-populate. Go down to other. I love that name, Blossom Lefcourt. Master of E1 Television. Cool. All righty, now that's in there. Moving on to documents. We will attach this document, contracts. There it is. And always embed it. And there we are. Alrighty, so we got the contract in there. Now we can move on to the deal points and then the steps. So I'll move this over to compensation and go into guarantee. So what's the guarantee here? Well, it's season one, $30,000 an episode. We'll copy that and paste it in there, tab it over to publish it, and it automatically goes to optional fees. And we'll copy that in. And we'll paste that in there and tab it over. Cool. So we got basically all the information we need here. This 38 weeks thing is going to come in handy in just a sec. Okay, so move over. Now we get to put the steps in. This is where it gets to be fun. So if you remember from the Distilling Lit Deal Points video, we don't know how many weeks they're going to work. However, we do know that typically they pay Article 14 WGA scale, which is 7072 at the time of recording this video, or maybe not at the time of recording this video, but at the time that this deal happened. And also another thing to note before we get into this is that we need to know when this is actually starting. So if you look here, you can see November 30th, 2020, commencing on or about that week. That's important to keep in mind. Maybe I should have put that in the deal points. Who knows? But anyway, I'll go in here, edit expenses, calculate a schedule, just like how we did it with the MP director fee. And this is going to be co-executive, there we go, co-EP services, WE, weekend, and it'll be weekly, always do 7 days, include Saturday and Sunday. How many pay periods? Well, 38, because it's about 38 weeks for season one. You'll see how that plays out later. And then the first job date, remember it's commencing on or about November 30th, 2020. And this is a booking from the past, so just bear with me if this is about a year old when you're watching this, maybe even more. And we go to the 30th that week and always go to the weekend, which is the Friday, which is the 4th of December. So we click OK, change all these. There we go. That looks good. And amount per pay period is 7072. And then we'll click over here and there it is, 268. And you'll see it's off by about, 1200. Stick with me here. We'll figure that out. Append, and it took a little while, but here it is. It pops in there, and that's looking pretty good. And you're probably wondering, how do we get this back up to 270,000 total? Just go to the last line and go ahead and do a little math. So let's pull up our calculator here. And what we want to do is we want to just add a little bit to that last line, because remember, in the future, we're going to chop off about the bottom half of these once we get that actual pay schedule and replace it with the actual lines plus the extra amount to match that guarantee once we have a better idea of how long it'll take to actually shoot the episodes. Okay, so we got our calculator up right here, and let's just do 270,000 minus 268,736. It's the number right there in the total that I'm pulling that from, equals 1264. So we need to add that to this last line, plus 7072 equals 8336. Okay, so we go into here and we change it to 8336. Update fee in the list. Ta-da, and it's 270,000. Always use that total as a way of determining what you're doing. So now we are accurately forecasting. I'm going to close this so it actually adds it to the thing here. We're accurately forecasting how much the client is going to earn, and then also leaving it open-ended so that when we do get that pay schedule and we do know how many weeks they're actually going to work and how much additional money they're going to earn for that back half, we can then go in and change it later. All right, so we got it all right here. I'm just going to close out of the calculator. 270,000, looking great. 10%, week end. There it is. You can see how they like dovetail into each other. There we go. That is looking nice. We don't really need to add in these option fees, just be very cumbersome. We can add them in later if necessary. This is looking solid. And all we have to do is do a little once over, just because I like to be careful. Meyer E1 Television, that looks good. Co-executive producer, that's good. Splits, only the attorney, no manager. We got the correct season one, doesn't say like some random episode. Union's right. All right, we got the fees, we got the invoice contact, and we uploaded the contract. So we are feeling pretty good about this right now. So let's just go up into print preview and click OK. there it is, that beautiful Word doc. Gonna copy that, Command A, Command C. Go ahead, respond to our boss, paste it in there. Training agent. Look at that. Whoa. And now we can just click send. All right, well, that wraps it up for the TV Lit weekly fee booking demo video. Hopefully this was helpful and you learned a little bit more about how to make these bookings. Make sure to tune in to the next booking videos, and I hope to see you soon.